clearly we aren't very happy with the outcome. You can look at the stats and see we gave up 20 offensive rebounds, got out-rebounded by 23. Didn't shoot free throws great. Weren't awful. 72% is not bad, but at the same time, it was rebounding and the basket we gave around the points we gave around the basket were the difference in the game. And to get out-rebounded like that and give up the baskets we gave up at the end and throughout the game around the basket, and to still be able to get that game in overtime and have a chance to win it at the end, I think is a testament to what we're capable of being. The good news is that we know what our issues are. We know we got to get better. It's all stuff that we can control, and we got to go back to work and get better. You don't like it, but it's November 24th. We're not where we want to be yet, but we shouldn't be. We've got to get there throughout the year. We'll keep getting in the gym and working and improving, and as long as our guys stay focused and have a great attitude they've had all the way, I have no doubt that we'll do much better next time. You got to give him a credit. He did a great job of getting position. He's a big body. He was getting good angles and sealing. I'm not sure we're getting enough pressure on the ball to give our guys inside. I'll have to go back and look at it to give our guys inside a chance to get around. And then when we did double, we did a good job of kicking out. So we actually got out of it early because we thought we were giving up too many shots, and he was able to get control of the game. So again, it's just becoming better. It's not even better. It's becoming more consistent defensively. There's times where we do it really well. There's times where we fight the post great. There's times where we cut off drives great. There's times where we double great. We just got to do it more consistently. So it's on me to get in there with them and find ways to drill it to make sure that we continue to get better at it. You can look at it that way. When I'm the coach, so I want it to be all to be perfect. Certainly, one of our goals every game is we want to make more free throws than our opponents shoot, and this is 2 games in a row where we've done that. Typically, if you can do those things, you're going to be successful. Unfortunately, the rebounding disparity was so big that they got 72 shots to our 58. We shot 10 more free throws, but it's hard to overcome a 14 shot differential. I think it's a credit to what we can do that we could overcome that and get to the end of the game and have it where if we can get one stop, we can win, or we can make one more shot or one more free throw, we can win. But the bigger picture, it's more than that. It's about doing it right throughout the game and being more consistent with it throughout the game so that when you get to the end, it's not one rebound, it's not one drive, it's not one shot that you win or lose by. It's so that you get to that point and you have a cushion. I mean, Chris is very competitive. He wants to win. He's been a great scorer, but I mean he understands. I thought that he responded pretty well. He didn't force anything, so that's good. I mean he gets frustrated at times. He wears the most on the streets, but he's going to understand that he scored a lot of points in his career. He can really shoot it. So clearly their plan was to come out and they were going to take away the 3-point line for us. They were going to be physical, try to force off the line. They actually played a lot of zone going into the game. They'd shown man-to-man, but I would say in the last 4 games they played less than half of their games in man-to-man. So they clearly looked at what we were doing and said, we got to do something different. And they came out and tried to be physical and run us off the line, and they were able to do that. Again, we still scored 80-some points. Despite that, it took us a little while to adjust to the man-to-man we hadn't seen in a while. And practice over the last week had been limited, so we haven't been able to work on it a ton. We've done it some. We haven't been able to work on it a ton. But it's one of those things. We're going to keep getting better with all that stuff as the year goes on. Well, I mean, he's a really good player. We knew going in how good he was. He's a problem because he can shoot it, he can drive it, he makes free throws, he can get in the lane of passage. So we knew he was going to be able to do all those things. We needed to do a good job of just making it tough for him. If he's going to shoot it, he's going to shoot contested shots. He was going to get in the lane. We were going to come over and rotate and try to make him make a tougher pass. So you got to give the kid credit. He made the right reason, made the right plays, and ended up getting 15, 9, and 8. It's a pretty good night. Well, I didn't coach the game last year.
Right. I thought maybe if you look back.
So I mean, I looked at it, but I focused entirely to compare him to what he was last year. It's hard for me. I was much more looking at what he was doing this year, and he clearly was shooting the 3 well, and looks good when he's shooting it. So we knew we had to guard the 3. Anytime anyone can shoot and get to the rim, it's a bigger problem than one or the other. So
yeah, looking back, I probably should have called a timeout because we didn't have guys breaking right away to the open spot, so I should have just called a timeout, and then we would have been in a better position. But I mean, I threw it to the corner, a dead spot. Probably shouldn't have done it, but I mean, plays like that happen. I guess you just got to move on. I think tonight was more about the defensive end. I mean, offense will come and go, but defensively, I thought it was awful, honestly. And we just have to get back in the gym and keep working on it because I know that's my weakness. So if I can help our team with that, I think we'll be really good. I honestly think we were better than the Siena tonight, but myself included, we just got dominated on the glass, and that was killer. Yep, coach drew that one up, just lob it up to the big fella, Nana, and then quick pass to Chris. We got a great look off of it, but just came up short.
I love playing Bucknell. I played him at Loyola, and then I played him here. Muscala was great, and Nate's doing a really good job, and we've agreed to keep this thing going because these are the teams you want to play at the mid-major level. They're legit mid-major power with what Bucknell's doing. So it's okay to write that they're a mid-major power, that they're a really good team because they've gone the NIT and the NCAAs and things like that, and the banners hanging up, and when you walk through the walls here, and I remember that German kid, not McNaughton or whatever, who was unbelievable. So to come in here and get a win is great. We have to move forward. We have Loyola coming to our place next, but the rebounding needs to be addressed. I mean, to get 49-26 was unbelievable. And I couldn't be prouder of the kids. I've said it all along. They've been doing it. Their energy's making me happy. They're doing great. And Marquise was supposed to go off the ball screen. They pushed him back. He drove it. And then Javion, 24-4. He was 24-8. He was doing it all game. Javion, I think, had the first 6 points. So, but great win because Bucknell's a really good team. I'll take any questions.
You know, that was something we emphasized coming in. You know, they were in a matchup zone, so they were scrambling a lot. So if you got to the inside of your man, the offensive rebound opportunities were there for you. You know, it's big for us. You know, we've been on the road now for like around a month. And, you know, just growing together, being on the road, it just makes us tougher and helps us get better as a team.
Talk about how you're able to get that wide open under the basket.
You know, the play, eventually I was supposed to end up near the top, but, you know, I see Marquis start to drive. And once my man stepped up, I was just had my hands out, just ready to.
I wanted to go with their 5-man because he was so good. In other words, in our league, everybody, it's a 1-2-3, 1-2, 1-2-3, meaning you're always playing great cards. The Max Great Card League. This league's more of a great big guy, and I mentioned McNaught. And this guy, Fowlin's going to be good, and Thomas. And this is, I've always said, when they had Muscala, they had the other 4-man too, the red-haired kid. I mean, they scored like 70 million points together or whatever. In other words, so we wanted to go with their bigs because this is a big man's league. This is a big man program. So I'm like, okay, let's go at it with our bigs. And we went to Javion early and Brett early, mean that. So we let them know that we could play with bigs too, because the MAC, everybody knows the MAC has great guards, but we wanted to say our bigs were going at it too. So we designed Javion to get the ball. Yeah, we got to work on transition defense. I mean, we won 80. We know we killed them by 2. Meaning we did, in other words, there's a lot of things that we can work on. Transition defense, that big guy can really run. They beat us down the court. I mean, he had 20 and 6. I wanted Zach Thomas to come to Loyola. He wanted the Patriot League. We recruited him very heavily. When I got the Siena job, he came here early prior to visiting us. Had he visited us, I think we would have had a shot. So I love Zach Thomas. So that being said, Fowland, I mean, my friends in the Patriot League are like, this guy's all everything because he was all freshman. We know Kimball McKenzie and them, and then Haas we got lucky with Haas tonight. That guy can play anywhere. Now, he couldn't play anywhere his freshman year. I'm not saying that, because I was at Maryland for 17 years or whatever. But now I think Haas could play anywhere. Does it make sense? Like, that guy can play for Duke. I mean, he's that good of a 2-man, in my opinion, as a senior. So we knew they were going to score. But, yeah, he's doing a good job. Nate's scoring. Dave was a great coach, too, and Flannery and I, obviously, built the same way, so we're friends too. I used to go to Pottsville and visit him when he was a young guy starting to coach. I know Lebanon Valley, you know, his best player is the guy coaching at Rice. So in other words, it's funny. Some guys play really fast here and some guys play slow. Flannery slow. You know, this guy fast. I knew Charlie Willem. All I know is this is a great place. This is a great basketball tradition, whether they play slow or fast. But he's got quite a team, and it wouldn't shock me at all if they won the league.
You played a lot of man-to-man, Jimmy. Why you could talk about that?
Because they got so many shooters, 4 shooters, and they were taking. And when they take him out, I mean, we've known, you know, Hoffman's been here, so because he can shoot it. McCleary can shoot it. In other words, when they went, I don't like, if you have 3 shooters, I'll play zone. When they get 4 shooters, it's tough. And we lost the guy, and that was my fault. Brett got mad. I went zone, and if you can't play 3-2, you got to play 4 out, 1 in. But they got a lot of shooters, you know. So zone's tough with shooters, you know.
You were able to take Haas's perimeter game away from him.
He did, not me.
Well, that obviously was a focus coming in.
He said he wanted to guard him, and I asked Marquise. I said, "Look, you're the point guard. You know, it's probably a better matchup if you don't guard him. I want to challenge. He's their best player. I'm our best player. I want to play him."